What realization made your life much better? That I'm a lot happier relying on myself for my own happiness than on other people. If you rely on friends or family to make you happy, your happiness can be taken from you. If you learn to make yourself happy, it can't be taken. This is so true. I realized this a long time ago, but I'm still struggling to rely on myself for happiness. I'm probably too used to relying on others for happiness. I wish I knew a way around this. Think it just takes time. Ever since COVID hit, I started living totally alone for the first time in my life. At first it was super depressing and isolating, and I got pretty depressed. After a while though, I got used to it and accepted my situation. Once that happened, I just started enjoying life. It's kind of like how someone who loses the use of their legs will be super depressed for a long time, but they'll eventually accept their life for what it is and make the most of it. Being sad and unsatisfied actually uses a ton of mental energy. If you can accept your life for what it is, you can use all that energy for much better things that will make you even happier. I'm not responsible or obligated for making people feel comfortable constantly. So true. So many people act as if they are entitled to one's attention. I was brought up to feel as if that they were, and it's been such an exhausting struggle to get away from those people in my life. Compared to most people ever to have lived in human history, I have a rich life. Thought about this while taking a shower today. I felt very privileged and lucky to just be taking a hot shower. Not everyone gets to experience that daily. Fucking A. Last October, because of a septic issue, I couldn't use my shower. Had to strip down and use the hose in the backyard. Thankfully there's only trees and no neighbors on that side of the house. It was an icy reality check. Working for others and sacrificing all your time to them isn't how you're supposed to love. You don't have to light yourself on fire to keep others warm. That needs to be my mantra. When I first started using a wheelchair, I compared myself with other wheelchair users. I wondered why they can do this, why I can't do what they can, why I'm not more brave, etc. Both physical and emotional questions. I did a lot of things that weren't typical of me during that time, almost as an attempt to belong or feel like I am just as good as the other wheelchair users. I eventually came to a few realizations. 1. Not every wheelchair user has the same physical circumstances. Some may have the exact same condition as me, but have totally different abilities. So I had to accept that. 2. Not every wheelchair user has the same opportunities. It took me a while to realize that those who came from wealthier families and better support networks generally ended up having better outcomes. I'm from an immigrant family, which meant less wealth and roots in the community. I can build that, but I also had to realize that I'm at a disadvantage due to both racism and ableism. So I should adjust my expectations. 3. I was stuck in a bubble in the disability community. No matter what, I kept comparing myself to others in wheelchairs, but in reality, I really should be expanding my horizons. That bubble offered comfort and support that I can't get elsewhere, but it was also suffocatingly small. Every relation felt like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It didn't take too long to meet almost everyone, and that's where things stopped. I had to realize that there's a big world out there, and I'm not limited to that bubble. Anyways, this is a longer response than most people's. Not sure if it makes any sense. I'll learn from this. Thank you. I do not have to meet anyone's definition of success besides my own. It's okay to be introverted, and I'm not missing out on anything by not talking when I've got nothing to say. I need to live with myself when everything's gone. I need to be happy with my actions. That I'm not a very nice guy. I'm not in the right. I have been a jerk to many people. I'm kind of lazy and manipulative. And embarrassingly immature in none of the good ways. Don't get me wrong. I have plenty of good traits. But I needed to be super honest with myself about my behavior in some situations. And have actively worked to address this. This has improved my life 100 times over. It's so important to, once having realized one's bad traits, actively work on getting rid of them. For me, I know it's a daily fight with myself, but I know it's for the better. Same. A lot of these threads seem to gravitate towards answers like not everyone likes you. And that's okay. Anyone who doesn't is toxic and manipulative. But often, introspection reveals flaws. For me, I have plenty. Holds grudges. Uptight. Slightly controlling. People who I trust calling me on my bullshit is a healthy thing. Not something to dismiss immediately. I used to be scared after watching something scary, like I couldn't sleep. The one day I was going to enter a room with lights off during the night. Scared me, slowly walked into the room. Then I thought ghosts don't even exist. And now I'm not scared of anything. So wholesome. No matter how shitty or good your life is, the ending is the same. Came with a bang, gone with a whimper. For some, the exact opposite. Nobody actually cares when you walk in late to class. They're just bored and attracted to noise, except the teacher then complains that the person is interrupting the class. Without realizing, only a small handful of people noticed the latecomer and proceeds to waste 5 minutes lecturing everyone. Funny enough, nobody cares about this at all in university. I'm just in high school. If you're still in university, don't make a habit out of it. There's always one. That there are no dumb questions, only dumb answers. You won't grow without asking questions. What if dogs had legs? They already do. But if you imply human legs, then I suppose there would be no difference. Arguing with people on the internet is not worth it. I disagree. I disagree to your disagree. No one gives a shit. Edit about what you do. Not talking to op. Everyone thinks this is a curse when they first learn it. Then they realize it's actually a blessing. That other people are probably just as shy and awkward as I am. Repeating that to myself when feeling insecure has helped me out so much recently. I don't need my family's approval for my life choices. That I'm responsible for me. Yes, I have some objectively bad health things going on that regardless of what I do, I may not control or influence their course. But I'm still responsible for me and for what quality of life that I can have within the parameters that I have. I was able to realize that nobody except me puts food in my mouth. So nobody but me can change that and lose weight. No one could get me into better shape but me. Sure, I can garner knowledge from others, but I'm responsible to act on that knowledge. I wish the ones suing fast food chains for getting fat/a cardiac arrest/etc. would realize that just because someone sells poison doesn't mean you have to use it, and that's coming from a fat dude with a fondness for fast food. At least I know it's my own fault. Yours is a good way to handle personal lifestyle overhaul, but unfortunately it's an utterly ineffective way to handle the society level change necessary to address our growing weight related health problems. So it's a bit of a question of the right tool for the job. That it's not my duty to help everyone. That's how I lost my job at the hospital. Actually, this is very real. As an RN, I felt completely and solely responsible for all my patients' mortality. Women are just as insecure around the opposite sex as men. Probably even more so. I'm a woman and can 100% confirm. Being an adult doesn't bring a known wisdom, and that everybody, no matter their age, is just bumbling around in the dark trying to figure out what the duck to do now. Dying is peaceful. I suffered a ruptured ectopic pregnancy and was bleeding out. By the time they were wheeling me to surgery I was crashing and on my way out. Although I was in the most excruciating pain of my life, I was so at peace and I was reaching for the darkness. Completely removed all fear of dying and made me more appreciative of just the simple beauty of life. Being friendly and helpful and polite feels good, as long as you don't let people walk over you. I love to give out random compliments to strangers as I'm walking by. Hey, that's a cool shirt, or you're so is a lucky person. Things like that, and just keep walking. You know you brighten their day when they turn around to give you a thanks, because it takes them a few extra seconds to process that they were just complimented. That's really awesome. A lot of people, especially those we feel don't deserve it sometimes, need a heartfelt compliment every day. You tell them enough times, they'll start believing it. That no matter what you do, say or how nice you are, there will always be someone who is offended or doesn't like you. Don't try to impress people. It will not work. Just go for. Try not to be too much of a dick. Work isn't the legacy you want to leave. Your home life is the measure of a fulfilled life. That people suck. I'm an overly empathetic person who constantly offers help even when not asked. I always felt the need to please others and make them happy. My BF made me realize that people suck and they'll take advantage of it. I looked back and realized many of the people I have helped were shitty and kept expecting a lot from me. So yeah, don't be a doormat like I was. When I learned about narcissism and narcissistic abuse and started cutting off relatives one by one as a result, it's so liberating to know that I'm not crazy, and hearing from other people that went through similar experiences that I did growing up with a narcissistic mother. For almost 25 years, I genuinely believed that everything was wrong with me and there was no hope in ever getting better since I messed up on everything. No one pays you to tolerate disrespect. No one is more important than yourself. There is no limit to the amount of waffles a hotel will let you eat. Waffles and weak apple juice, keep them coming. It'll take a Fruit Loop box to go. You are yours. Only yours. Your pain. Your misery, everything is yours. People can't share this, no matter how much you try. It's you who have to bear it. Once you make up your mind after reading this, you'll feel confident. I'm gay. The amount of confidence that came with realizing that is insane, and I know I'm still just beginning to grasp it. Once I came out to a few friends, there was a noticeable difference in how I acted. My grades went up. I've been more motivated to do stuff, and I'm starting to figure out who I am. Having a gay old time, as they would say. I'll shoot myself now with that bun. It's not only okay, but sometimes the right thing to do to cut toxic family members out of your life. That it was okay to not want children. Got a vasectomy at 27. Really took a load off the stress I had about accidental pregnancy. Having kids terrifies me. Nope. I just want to live alone. Do my own thing. Live at my own standards. I don't want to have to sacrifice everything for kids who are probably gonna turn out fucked up cause of my ugly and retarded genes. And it'd be a horrible mom. Realizing that I'm allowed to forgive myself without anyone else's permission. You don't need friends. Like, you want friends. And it's definitely healthier for you as a person to have friends. But you don't need those friends. There's no reason to go the extra mile just to be friends with someone. You can if it's something you really want to do, but you don't need to. I had a lot of shitty people in my life. And when I started favoring quality of friendship over quantity of friendships, it got significantly better. I don't have as many friends as I'd like to have. But the few I do don't make me feel like shit or abuse our friendship. It's nice. Yeah, I tend to believe you will likely be able to count on one hand how many true friends you will have in a lifetime. Nobody actually cares how you look. They are too worried about themselves. The single currency you can carry is truth. There are so many lies in the world that truth has become valuable. So true. I used to lie compulsively as a teen and realized how destructive it was living in the mess I had created. It was not only harmful to myself but everyone around me. Accepting that you are responsible for the outcomes of your actions and taking accountability is key. Otherwise you're living in a fantasy. I'm better off not being friends with certain people anymore. It gets tiring always being the one to text first. I have anxiety and it's real mental health illness. My life is better in the sense that I can recognize when it's my anxiety talking or when I'm anxious and better know how to deal with it. Very true and very real. A lot of unqualified people will try to give you their opinion on mental health issues without educating themselves. Don't take life seriously. No one gets out alive anyways. Life is hard, that's why no one survives. Everyone is the hero of their life story. Essentially, everything someone does consciously is, to them, either the right thing to do, or the justified wrong thing to do. It helped me understand people in a way I never did before. In 100 years it's quite likely that virtually no one will know I ever existed. In 1,000 years it's quite likely that virtually no one will know my people ever existed. In 100,000 years it's quite likely that virtually no one will know that people ever existed. On the timescale of the universe, Our existence on this world is absolutely meaningless. So, take every moment as a gift for us to enjoy, and don't worry about the mistakes. Just say no if you're not up for something, politely. People appreciate honesty. Spend money making memories, and not on unnecessary items. Use it for things like traveling, surprising loved ones, hanging out with friends, adopting a pet, etc. Not on items like the newest cell phone, biggest TV, fastest car, nicest watch, etc. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.